Hi, everyone, and welcome to this Somatic Alchemy and Emotional Mastery Masterclass. I'm so excited to be here live with you as the first of my monthly community gathering calls, coming together to unite, support, and nourish each other in different ways. And I'll be sharing a different topic and transmission and practice on each session for the coming months. So I'm really excited. This has been in my radar horizon for some time, and I'm really excited that it's finally landed and being implemented. So for all of you live and those of you watching the replay, how this is going to flow is that we're going to get into our bodies, of course, because this is all about embodiment. And then we will open up a ritual space, activate this container together, come into deep presence to share the wisdom that wants to flow through the space here today. And then I'll drop into a transmission around somatic alchemy and emotional mastery. Based on many different modalities and all of the years of integration and embodiment that I've been living and practicing, breathing and studying. And then we'll go into a guided embodiment somatic alchemy practice for you to deeply feel and process and release and integrate anything that's been stuck in your field, any stagnancy, any heaviness, any tension, so that you can feel alive, aligned and activated for the rest of your day, your weekend, your week. And so that you can really show up to life in your optimum frequency, because right now is an intense time. And it is my true belief that as we're going through this deep collective awakening and a huge purging and shedding of old structures, old systems, that we need more than ever to understand how our bodies work and understand how to work with our bodies in order to help them to thrive, so that we can feel as good as we possibly can and feel resourced and regulated as we navigate the turbulence of life. So that's really the core intention of this space. And I'm really honored to share that with you, because I was not always in this space of being able to navigate things. And it's still not perfect by any means. Always learning, always the student, but happy to share these tools and practices and wisdom with you that have really, really supported my own journey and the journey of so many of my clients over the years. So without saying more for now, I really want to invite you to lose any distractions, to turn your phone off, to put notifications on silent. Whatever you bring to this space is what you will get out of it. So this can be such a valuable and impactful and beneficial space to set you up for the rest of the week if you allow it, if you allow yourself to receive fully. Bring your 100% presence, bring your devotion, your commitment to yourself, to your body, to your path. Bring your journal and pen if you want to make notes, but also if you don't feel like making notes, that's okay. Just be in the body, be in the receptivity, and trust that whatever I share is from my own journey, right? It's my own experience, my lived embodied experience, and what I believe to be true. And if anything doesn't resonate, you can just let it fall away. Just take what nourishes you and let the rest just fall away. That's always my invitation. I'm not here to preach or to tell you. I'm here to invite you deeper and deeper into empowerment and into the truth of the wisdom of your own body, the consciousness and intelligence of your own body. So I'm continuously wanting to hand you the power back, hand you the power to find your own truth back to yourself, back to your own body, your own womb space, which is applicable for men and women. Men have an energetic womb space as well. So yeah, let's drop in. Let's dive in. So I really want to invite you to move before we go into the meditation part of this, to allow your body to move however it needs to, whatever time it is in the wherever you are in the world right now, wherever you're watching and whenever you're watching the replay. I want to invite you to start breathing deeply down into the root of your body, into the pelvic floor. And start to release any tension and breathe space into those parts where maybe feeling stagnancy or stress. And really start to listen to your body. So you're shifting the awareness from the outside world to the inside world, to your inner landscape. So bringing all of your energy from any interactions, challenges, decisions, plans, situations, life, work, business, relationships. Bring your mental and emotional energy back into your body. Call it in. Calling in all of the pieces of you that were dispersed over the day, over the week. With every breath, feeling more and more of you landing in the space. And again, allowing this like organic expression of your body, however it wants to move. Maybe it wants to shake. Maybe it wants to circulate and rotate in spirals. And feeling your jaw relax. Opening your mouth, maybe massaging the sides of your jaw a little, where we hold so much tension. This is where repressed anger lives. So really just inviting some gentle movement of the jaw. You can even make like a sound, open up your throat chakra. Like a deep exhale with a sigh of release, of relief. And as you relax the jaw, you may feel the rest of your body relax even deeper. And as you relax the jaw, you may feel the pelvic floor relax. Just softening into the space. On every exhale, grounding a little deeper. And really feeling your feet and your sacrum, sending the energy down through your feet, through your sacrum, sending your energetic roots deep into the earth, anchoring you into this space. There's nowhere else to be, there's nothing else to do. Allow yourself this time, this grace of deep rest, rejuvenation, resourcing, and regulation. This is a precious gift that you can give to yourself. Breathing all the way down into the pelvic floor. Feeling your energy start to circulate. Maybe your kundalini, your erotic energy, which is just the creative life force energy. Feeling your roots anchored and connected in with the core of the earth. Straighten your spine and tilt your head down slightly now as you send your antennas up to the cosmos and open up your crown, your pineal gland at the crown of your skull. Opening your channel, trusting your own channel and your own connection to source, to truth, to life. Allowing whatever wisdom and guidance that wants to come through from above and below to be received into your vessel. Taking deep breaths here. We're working with the breath throughout the session. The breath is your chariot, the conduit to presence and to connect with source. Listening, opening, spiraling, softening. And then breathing deep into the heart, the center of your being. Center of love, compassion, forgiveness, and so much wisdom. Inviting the wisdom of your heart into the space. You can even place your hands on your heart as you center into the truth of your heart. The heart is like an electromagnetic device, pulsating and radiating frequencies in every moment. What does your heart want you to know today? What is ready to be revealed, discovered, and understood on a deeper level? And then you can place your hands on your womb space, the lower belly, in between the pubic bone and the belly button. And as I mentioned, men, you also have an energetic womb space here, the center of creation, the creative portal, where all of our creative projects are born, not only the egg and children. Breathing deep into the womb, feeling this space fill with fresh breath, fresh energy, fresh life force. And then the third eye and the crown, and connecting with your crown and your channel to the cosmos at the top. And then exhaling and feeling this channel with the light flowing from above all the way down into the earth once again. And just feeling this purification with the breath and the connection to heaven, cosmos, and earth. And just do a few rounds of this breath, inhaling all the way up from the earth, feeling the coherence and the connection and the alignment between the different parts of your being. How you can bring them into alignment. And let's visualize a golden ring of light surrounding the space, just activating this sacred ritual space where all is welcome. You're invited in your fullest expression here. All of you is welcome here. No need to bring filters or hide in any way. You're welcome in your rawness, in your vulnerability, in your messiness. in your deepest truth, in your deepest darkness, in the ugliness, the discomfort. All of it's welcome here. And allow that to just relax your system on a deeper level, just with the exhale. Feel how you can be safe here. You can feel free. And just taking the last couple of breaths. And then slowly and gently opening your eyes and coming back into the space. So hopefully you're feeling a lot more present, centered, and relaxed as we drop in here. So before I dive in fully, I want to share a little bit about who I am and my journey for those of you who are new to me and my work. I'm Rachael Lioness. It's a pleasure to be here with you as your guide. And I am a certified intimacy and conscious relationship coach, trauma-informed tantric somatic practitioner, and tantra and breathwork facilitator. So that's like the titles that I go by, but also they don't define me. You know, I'm really a full spectrum, multi-dimensional woman, experiencing the full human experience in every moment. And in relation specifically to this journey and this class that we're doing here today, what I want to share that's most profound and potent that I feel is my journey of how I went from being a completely numb and had the nickname the Ice Queen because I was so cold and emotionally unavailable and disconnected from my emotions and disconnected from compassion, and basically just getting what I wanted at any cost, and using men in certain ways to just feel like very powerful and validated, and having very emotionally unavailable relationships and loverships, and basically coming to a point in my journey about 10 years ago when I realized that I didn't even know myself, that I had become so disconnected from who I was at my core of my truth of my core, that I actually didn't know what I wanted or what I liked, because I was so busy partying and working and being stressed and busy that I never really fully listened to my body. So I was never connected with the truth of my emotions and therefore who I am as a being, as a woman. So I set out on a journey. I left the corporate world, left London where I was living for a few years. I know that you're living in London, Anna. I was there as well. And I went off on a journey I went to India, I went all around Southeast Asia, and I went to like soul searching basically, because I felt this deep calling within. Well, there must be more to life, you know. I don't feel like this is it. This can't be it for me. As I was turning 30, I was like, well, surely there's more exploration and expansion and excitement than what I'm experiencing now. And of course, it was true, because what I was experiencing in London was like a tiny, tiny percentage of what I could experience once I knew who I was and tapped into the deeper capacity to feel that lives in my body, because I was so driven by the masculine, and in the masculine oriented corporate world, I had to cultivate this very strong masculine presence and front, and it served me well for some years, but afterwards it became a armor to not feel the truth of my emotions. And after many years of study and embodiment and tantra and yoga, and traveling and meeting all sorts of people and studying with all sorts of teachers and doing all of the retreats and trainings that you could imagine, I finally like cracked open. And once you crack this open, the armor, it's like an endless portal into deeper and deeper and deeper feeling and embodiment. And I realized that it was a whole wild adventure that I had begun to unravel. And the journey has been profound. And I can honestly say that I am deeply, deeply intimate with the full spectrumness of life now, of my emotions, of the ups and downs, of the depths of grief and the highs of ecstasy and orgasmic bliss. And it's definitely not an easy path to go from being an ice queen to being like so sensitive and compassionate and feeling everything and just feeling also pleasure in every cell of your being, because the depth of our capacity to feel pain is the depth of our capacity to feel pleasure on the same spectrum, but the opposite ends. And it's the same with so many emotions like grief and joy. So to go from this to that was such a wild adventure, and it's ongoing. I'm not like I'm there, I'm, completely healed, but I feel so much, deeply. And it's a gift, and I now see it as the precious gift that it is, because being numb is not serving anyone. And it's not serving you, it's not serving your family, it's not serving your work, you're not serving your partner. So I used to think that I was immune to feeling like sadness and despair and grief and rage and all of these things. And on some level I was immune because of the numbness, which was protection. And then when I realized that it's just protection, that I'm actually hiding from life itself, I'm hiding from the beauty of this human experience. I'm protecting myself because it didn't feel safe to feel at this deep capacity. So once I started to shift that, it was just a never-ending unraveling. And it is a beautiful gift. So that's a little bit about my background and journey as to how I feel able to share with you about somatic alchemy and emotional mastery, because it really is about mastery. It's not about suppression or also being overwhelmed by emotions all the time. No, that's not mastery. Somebody who's just very emotional is not in mastery. There's a balance. There's the equilibrium to find. So we're going to go deeper into that in a little bit. I'm just going to flow off into the whole transmission around this alchemy and mastery piece. So the human being is an ecosystem. Like, we are an ecosystem. We are part of the wider ecosystem of nature, and we have an ecosystem within our own being, right? So we exist on different planes of life. We have mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and sexual layers of our being. In yoga, we call them the koshas, which is basically like the 7 layers of the being. So when I'm talking about the body and embodiment, we really have to look at this from a whole, the picture of the whole ecosystem of the body, of the being. So one affects the other, of course. Like in an ecosystem, you can't have one flowing smoothly if the other is blocked and stagnant. So when we look at the body, we're looking at all of the different systems in the body being in equilibrium, being in balance, in harmony and flow. So if you think about it just off the top of my head, there's like the respiratory system, the reproductive system, the digestive system, the lymphatic system, and so the nervous system, and so many other systems that are operating unconsciously within our body at any one time. Yeah. So it's the most sophisticated piece of technology that exists in, I want to say the universe, but I don't know that for a fact, but in the universe, maybe on this planet, maybe in this galaxy, but it is the most advanced technology that they cannot replicate yet, although they're definitely trying. And it is our duty, I feel, to understand how the body works. It's like we're in this body. It's a sacred gift from the divine that we have to go through all of life. It's our vessel of our soul that we go through this whole lifetime with. Let's come into right relationship with it. Let's come into complete oneness with our body so that the body is communicating with us in every moment, subtly and sometimes loudly. So what if we can decipher those subtle messages before they become screams? They become like screams, which is how we get disease and illness. And it starts with subtle messages in the body. How to read the signs of your body, how to move energy, how to understand and build a healthy relationship with your body. This is what I want to share with you. Building a healthy relationship with your body, right? The body has its own consciousness. The body has its own intelligence, its own wisdom. So it's not separate from you, but it is on a level. You can relate to it as a separate entity. Yeah. And as I'm saying this, and throughout this session, I just want you to really stay tuned in with your body, right? So to listen, what does your body need? Do you need to adjust? Do you need some water? Do you need to take a deeper breath? Do you need to relax the jaw? Is anything else coming through? Is your heart is the chest, the muscles a little tense? Is your nervous system feeling activated or relaxed? You can continuously check in. See what your body needs. The relationship with the body, as far as I'm concerned, is the most important thing that we have to master in this lifetime. It's the core of all other relationships. It's the core of our existence. It's the core aspect of what helps us to feel safe on this planet and free to show up and to be ourselves. If we're out of balance and out of harmony with our body, we're not going to feel confident, clear, aligned and connected, powerful. On a deeper level, on a level of the soul, yes, there's people in the corporate matrix disconnected from their body and disembodied, but still successful and powerful on some respect. But that's not my definition of success and power. So if we want to be in deep alignment with life, love, truth, source, and what we're really truly called here to do and who we're called here to be, we have to build this healthy and thriving relationship with the body. So it's an ecosystem, yeah? We are almost 70% water. When our waters, our meridians, our channels get blocked, energy can't flow, and we will feel that stagnancy in different areas of our life. And trust me that I still have periods and moments where I feel the stagnancy setting in, and then I use my alchemical tools to clear the channels, clear the blockages, and allow the energy to flow once again. So it's not that it'll never get blocked. You may fall into a spiral or a rut at some point, but it's really having the awareness and tools to get yourself out of that fast and spiral back upwards. So that creativity can flow, so that abundance can flow, so that aliveness can flow, sexual energy, magnetism, receptivity. Yeah. So obviously we have all of the elements within us, the earth, the water, the air, the fire, the ether. They all exist within us on the different levels as well. So this is all part of the ecosystem, right? So when one system is thriving, all the other systems will thrive. And where there's a blockage in one, there will be blockage in others. So emotions, our energy in motion, right? They're just energy. And when we allow ourselves to feel them, they come with a sacred and precious gift. They have the capacity to liberate us if we allow them the freedom to flow naturally, organically, and express through us. Emotions are divine intelligence, just like nature. They come with insights and messages. And sometimes the nervous system will block them and protect us from feeling these emotions because they've been locked away for so long for many different reasons, which I won't go into, because that'll be a whole longer session. But there's so many reasons why we build numbness and protection in the body, in the nervous system, in the fascia. And our work, the inner work that I see, that's actually the core of my work, is to allow ourselves to welcome our emotions, to not push them away, not try and avoid and escape so many numbing mechanisms that we have, like TV, food, sex, alcohol, scrolling, social media. There's so many different escape mechanisms that the human has designed and developed to completely escape from feeling our emotions, because sometimes it can be difficult. And no one said it was going to be easy. And I get it that it's difficult, but the trick, a code, is to welcome them. Whenever you feel something uncomfortable coming through, you don't reach for the food, the chocolate or whatever it is, whatever's your vice, or the tobacco or the alcohol or the TV. You just go into it, you breathe and you listen. Oh, I hear that you're feeling tender right now. You can have a dialogue with the different parts of yourself, with your heart, with your belly, with your inner child, with your body. What does it need? What is it trying to let you know? How is it trying to guide you? Everything is a message. Anxiety is a very powerful sign from the body that something is out of alignment. It's telling you you're afraid and that you've given your power away on some level. Because the solar plexus, where we feel anxiety, is where our power lives, right? So if we feel this unnerving or nervous energy in the solar plexus, that's a sign something is out of balance there. It's not feeling connected on some level, needs something from you. Yeah, what is it? Listen, receive, offer it the love and connection that it desires, that it craves deeply. So building a healthy internal dialogue with your body and your emotions is a key piece of emotional mastery. Welcoming the emotions as energy that come with intelligence is another key piece. Feeling and allowing yourself to really drop into the experience without judging, blaming, shaming, criticizing, or analyzing, which are all functions of the mind, is another key piece. Right? The mind wants to control everything. That's what it's good at. That's what it's there for. It wants to fix, solve problems, manage, and fix, manage, and protect. It's protecting us all the time. So the way it does that is through all of these different coping mechanisms, and also controlling, keeping everything under lockdown. Oh no, we'll keep that in this box because this is too painful. All right, no, we're going to keep this in this compartment because this is going to be too challenging to go into. All sorts of schemes and tactics that the mind uses. And thank you, mind. We love you. You're so good at your job. And how can we, on a deeper level, relax the mind and drop into the parasympathetic nervous system, the state of rest and digest, so that you can repair, resource, rejuvenate, and regulate your entire being. The nervous system is at the core. It's like the central circuit board of your ecosystem. So if your nervous system is dysregulated or continuously in fight or flight, which most people, most of the population are operating in fight or flight on a daily basis, in the corporate world or just in city life or whatever it is, even living in nature, you can still be with an activated nervous system if you don't have the tools to continuously resource and come back to center. Also, things like coffee and different stimulants and caffeine totally dysregulate our nervous system. They take us into fight or flight. So adrenaline is pumping a little bit all through the day. And you think that it's like great energy, but it's not. It's like keeping your system on like overdrive. And that's why you crash afterwards, because you're exhausted and depleted. Yeah, there's natural ways to access your true essence of endless life force energy that's always available in the ethers, in your body. Yeah. So when we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, we activate the innate healing capacity that the body holds within. So the body is so advanced and intelligent that it knows exactly how to heal itself. That's regeneration. If we're continuously in fight or flight, it can't regenerate. It can't heal itself because it's busy sending energy and fuel to all of these other areas that's giving all of this like restless, anxious energy. Just as one example, but there's like many, many ways that it works or doesn't work in that sense. So continuously bringing the body and the nervous system into rest and digest is a really key piece to be in mastery of your emotions, because the nervous system is driving the emotions, right? It's the circuit board. It's like controlling everything under the surface. So, any questions? Let me know how this is landing. Ladies who are here live, if there's anything that you want to share, is there anything that's really resonating? Any questions? Let me know. So, last piece that I want to mention before we dive into a guided alchemy practice, is that the body represents, I feel like I could talk for days on this, but I'm just summarizing it into what I feel are the most important pieces to really start to build like a whole new, healthier relationship with the body and the nervous system. The subconscious is in the body, right? So the body represents the subconscious part of the mind. So what does that mean is that if there's something not in your conscious field, but it's in your subconscious, you will see it in the body. Body language is a whole body of work that I'm trained in. And it's very interesting how you can see in people's bodies expressions, facial expressions, body language gestures, and also the actual posture and like physical representation of their body and all of the different things that it means. And also that we manifest from the subconscious, right? So if the body is not feeling healthy on all the different levels, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, sexually healthy, then the subconscious, which is connected with it, will not be able to manifest what you truly desire. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's almost like you have to go into the soma, the body, to find out what's there and clear it out and get into like purify and rejuvenate, regenerate, and fill your cells up with fresh energy, and continuously coming into the parasympathetic nervous system to help your subconscious to be aligned with what you truly want to bring into your life and how you want to live and how you want to experience this reality. Does that make sense? Yeah. So just relating deeper into the work that I do, which is more around sexuality, relating, and intimacy, when we're looking at it from that lens as well, the vagus nerve is the nerve, like the central nervous system nerve that comes from like the jaw down to the pelvic floor. And so the jaw and the pelvic floor are deeply, deeply interconnected. And there's all sorts of anatomical threads and channels that connect these two parts of your body. So as we're working with embodiment and regulation and somatic alchemy, we can't not work with sexual energy, because it's like just the essence of who we are. So, and then as we work with the sexual energy, we find that the throat and the jaw and the voice and the communication channels all open up, because we're opening and clearing this central channel, the vagus nerve, and we're activating each of these parts of the body on a deeper level, like the pelvic floor, the genitals, the womb space, the sacral chakra, the root connection to the earth, which is like the primal sexuality, and then the sacral, which is more the intimacy and sensuality and sacred sexuality. So yeah, we're working with this central core channel basically, and one will have a huge impact on the other, right? So then what does that mean for your life? That means you can speak your truth more freely. You can be more expressive in who you are. You can feel more safe and free in your body to be who you truly are and express that in full transmission, right? Because you're deeply aligned, you're coherent, you're activated on all the levels, and you feel connected with your body and you feel safe and free. So, do you feel ready? Do you both feel ready to dive into a somatic alchemy, just short practice, probably do like 10-15 minutes? Okay. So this sort of practice can be used for any sort of alchemy. And alchemy, you probably have your own definition and understanding of it, but for me, alchemy is, for example, turning density into light, or turning metal into gold, basically at its core. Well, for me, metal represents density and gold represents light, yeah, and beauty. So it's turning anything that's painful into something beautiful. In the body, on the somatic level, it's turning heavy emotions into wisdom. So it's an alchemical process that we go through, yeah. So inviting you to just close your eyes and start to drop into the body. Taking some really long, deep breaths. And if it feels safe and you feel comfortable enough to do so, I want to invite you to tune in with something, like a person or a situation or anything in your life at the moment that you may be feeling sadness, despair, heaviness, or grief around. And if you can't access anything like that, or if you don't feel like going into something like that, that's okay. Just be present with whatever is alive in your system at this time, whatever that may be. And I want to invite you to fully relax, let go of any tension in the body, anywhere where you may have been holding on subconsciously, and just like letting that go and breathing space into all of the parts of yourself that you don't usually breathe into, like down into the pelvic floor, into the hips. Breathing deeper than ever and feeling the breath filling up the hips, where we store so much emotions, and especially for women, emotions can get so blocked there. Breathing space into the hips, and you can start to slowly move your body just very organically. It's not about performance. It doesn't matter how you look. This is your space. And you can start to even maybe squeezing the pelvic floor muscles, like the anus, the perineum, the genitals, the lower belly, squeezing and releasing, contracting and releasing, just welcoming some energy there. Maybe synchronizing that with the breath. And then with every exhale, relaxing and releasing a little deeper. And staying connected with this situation or person or challenge in your life. Noticing how the sensations in your body shift, or what arises. Noticing without judgment or attachment or expectation what arises in the body. Even the most subtle contractions, or maybe a sensation of warmth or coolness, a tingling, a feeling of expansion or lightness or heaviness. Into any sensations, send your awareness there. Just your awareness, not analyzing or trying to change it. Full acceptance for exactly what you're experiencing in your body now. And I want to invite you here to really allow this sensation to be fully expressed through movement, through the breath, through sound. And there's no need for filters here. You can be completely raw in your expression, and it can be soft and gentle. It can be whatever you need it to be in this moment. Imagine that this sensation could take over your whole being, and how that would look and feel and sound. And allow your body to move organically. Allow your body's wisdom to become alive, to activate. Allow the power of Shakti Kundalini to start to purify you, to move any stuck energy. And you can use your hands to help the energy to move, and whatever feels good, whatever feels right. Just staying out of the mind and deeply connected with the sensations of your body, and listening, being receptive to any messages, any guidance, any insights that wish to come through. Breathing deeply, sounding, opening, creating space for the energy to move, to flow. If there's anywhere that feels stuck, breathe space into that, breathe directly into that point. Go into it deeply without judgment. What is that? Who's there? What is it that you need? Compassion, acceptance, love, unconditionally. Yeah, okay. Can you find that within? Does that exist in a place within me? Can I offer that connection that is so deeply needed by this part who feels lost or confused or hurt or betrayed, feels abandoned, unsafe? Now let me offer that to you. I can be the source of my own nourishment, validation, pleasure, and well-being. And as we welcome any emotions, we're not trying to just move them through really fast, just letting them express and be felt for as long as they need. They don't like to be rushed or forced, just like we don't. They have a consciousness of their own, and we cannot tell them what to do or how to be or how to feel. Nuh-uh. It's coming into a right relationship with them. Reciprocity. Thank you for being here. I see you, I hear you, I feel you. What do you need from me? What wisdom do you have for me? Reciprocity. And then as we stay connected in with the embodied experience, the somatic experience, I'm going to guide you into different ways and techniques that you can soothe yourself. So this natural organic alchemical movement and sounding is one way where you're just literally like letting the energy move you in any way that it wants to. And then we can start to bring some real intentional ways to support the body. So you can stroke the skin, especially the tops of the arms, holding yourself, stroking with this soft, gentle, sometimes maybe firm touch. I've got you. I'm here. I'm not leaving you. You mean the world to me. Thank you, body. And you can give yourself little kisses on the shoulders. My body loves to receive little kisses from me. Every morning in my yoga practice, I kiss my knees. Thank you for walking me all over the world. Thank you for holding me strong, for being my roots. Thank you, arms, for carrying the weight of all that you carry. Thank you. Thank you, chest. Thank you, breasts, for nurturing me and others. Thank you, shoulders, for standing me up straight. Thank you, hair, for carrying all my wisdom. Thank you, face. Thank you, throat, for all the communication. Thank you, stomach, for all the digestion. You can thank every single part of your body. Every part has its own unique role and responsibility. Kiss wherever you can. Formulate this soft and tender and loving relationship with your body. If there's any tension anywhere, letting that go. And still listening to anything that wants to be worked out, any kinks. I'm really consciously opening your hips here. So breathing space into the hips, rotating the hips. Slowly, consciously, mindfully, intentionally. Where am I feeling tension in my hips? Where is something potentially stuck? Breathing into it and sounding it out. Opening the jaw, remembering that the jaw and the pelvis is connected. And maybe continuing to share gentle and loving affirmations to the body. So often we can have this unloving relationship with the body. It's not strong enough. It's not thin enough. It's not beautiful enough. It has too much this, too much that. Let it all go. Let all of this negative chatter of the mind that judges and tells the body that it should be different than anything other than what it is. Let it all go. Let the body know that it's welcome exactly as it is. So many messages from society, from partners maybe, from family, from religion, telling us how the body should look. Your body is unique and it's exactly as it should be. If you don't fully love and unconditionally accept your body, then who will? And it's available to you right now in every moment. You have to choose it. And when you do, you allow the intelligence of life to flow through you more easily as a clear channel. Let the fire burn away. As a conduit, a vessel for the divine, for Kundalini, for the pure creative, endless potential of you to be expressed and lived. Love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you, me, is here to. And you can forgive yourself for all of the times that you spoke negatively or criticized your body as well. Because blaming and shaming yourself for doing that in the first place is only creating an endless spiral of judgment and criticism of self. So also just forgiving yourself. I know so many times I have told my body it should be different and asked it not to be how it is, asked it to be less this, more that. I'm sorry, body, and I also forgive myself for doing that. To come into union, unity within myself. Let the fire burn away our fear. If the different parts of me are speaking different languages and saying different things, I'm not in coherence and alignment with myself. And that's the most important thing. Anything heavier that wants to come through, shaking, is such an amazing tool for integration, for purification, shaking every cell of the being. Standing with the feet firmly planted on the floor, knees bent, shaking the hips, the belly, the chest, the arms, the neck. I'm not going to do it fully now because I don't want to really stand up, but just doing whatever you need in your space. Just fully shaking, and feeling the heaviness and any density literally just fall away. It's just energy. You can move it through. You can make sounds as well, all sorts of sounds. Every sound has a different vibration. Your body is a musical instrument. What sounds does it want to make to alchemize? Sound is such an alchemical tool for moving dense energy in the body. Sound is literally the way that the body's internal world comes to the outside in so many ways, through song, through screaming, through fear, through communication, expression in so many different ways, comes through sound from the body. Utilize it as your alchemical tool to move through anything. You can move through anything with breath, movement, sound, touch, and feeling your energy opening. These are the core foundational tools of alchemy, of embodiment. A specific resourcing tool for the nervous system, if you're ever feeling activated or dysregulated and you really want to support your nervous system to come back to ease and grace, you can hook your thumbs together and make like a little wing movement, a wing like butterfly wings with the thumbs hooked, and placing it on your chest, and then you just tap left, right, left, right. Slowly breathe deeply. And this is stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, and it's activating the left and right hemispheres of your brain. When both are activated, it helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest. So walking or anything that activates the left and right side of the body and the mind is supporting you to regulate and regenerate. Notice your breath, the quality and presence of your breath is also what is making you feel a certain way. Our breath changes depending on our emotions. If you're the master of your breath, you become the master of your emotions. Breathing through the nose keeps the energy internally. Breathing through the mouth releases energy, expresses energy. Feel the difference, how you can activate your energy with the breath, especially when working with like more sexual practices or catharsis. And then the pranayama, more so of the nostril breathing, is more for meditation, for yoga, or when you're trying to contain the energy. So we're going to just spend the last couple of minutes here in this alchemy, and then we're going to really wind it down, coming to rest and relaxation. Take a couple of minutes to integrate. Taking any final movements, breaths or sounds that your body feels like it needs, offering any final loving words and affirmations that your body would appreciate. As you really start to integrate this new, healthier, supportive relationship with your body and your emotions. you're really winding down, slowing down the breath, bringing the body into stillness. Feeling yourself grounded once again, sending any energy, any residue or imprint of anything that was moving and alchemizing down your roots and into the earth. Allowing yourself a moment here to feel whatever's shifted, feel how the sensations are in your body now. Feel if any emotions are still present, if there's a lightness, if there's still sadness or grief or despair, whatever it may be. Welcoming yourself exactly as you are. Okay, and just taking the last couple of deep breaths here. And starting to feel the ground again, feeling your sit bones on the seat, coming back fully into presence. And I want to open up the space for any sharing. If either of you feel called, putting your cameras on, and if you feel called to share anything, also if you want to just write something in the chat for integration, no pressure, but anything that you experienced. Or just raise your hand if you want to come on and share something. Just being really gentle and tender with yourself here. You know, there's no, as I say, there's no pressure at all to share. When we go into these nervous system regulation practices, it can be tender, vulnerable, and they can just want to be a very slow and easeful integration period where you don't have to show up and express anything. So that's also welcome. Naomi says, I feel I could have kept on going forever. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, once we drop into these spaces, it can be hard to come back out. And then finding the balance between offering ourselves these spaces on a regular basis so that the body is receiving the regeneration and resourcing that it really needs. And Anna says, I'm in a quite a soft space, vulnerable, but good, soft. Yeah, thank you, ladies. Yeah, is there anything else that you need for integration? I'm going to invite you to really take some time now to just fully rest and drink some water and to be in your own space if you can for at least, say, 15, 20 minutes. Give yourself the decompression time to really receive all of this teachings, all of this like information on the level that you're supposed to receive it, and also the alchemical process that we've gone through. Yeah. Thank you, Naomi. Yeah, just sharing how she's often holding others through this type of work, and it's really nice to receive this type of space. for herself. Yeah, I'm very grateful, and to reminder to make space for this daily. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, beautiful. So let's stay connected, everyone. This is one of the core aspects of my work in my one-to-one coaching and also group workshops and programs. So I would love to be connected and to share space with you all again. I think you all have my details somehow because that's how you connected. But yeah, stay tuned for more events, more gatherings, and more spaces to come together. And if you do want to find out any more about my offerings currently, which is mostly one-to-one work, then please just write me a message. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you. Deepest gratitude from my heart to yours. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend, loves. Ciao.